Is it ready? Do you want me to put the dressing on the salad?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
I cleaned up shop.
What do you mean?
Remember I told you about all those workers on the street corner? Day laborers?
Mexicans.
I don't know. It was a couple weeks ago by the 7-Eleven. Remember? Well, I got on Mike's case about it because when it gets to be a certain number, 10, maybe 10 is okay. But any more than that, you can see the buyers flinch when you drive by. And that's the sort of things they're moving out here to get away from. And you know me, I'll go out of my way, the most circuitous route, to give the buyers what they want and a good impression of the neighborhood. But sometimes you just have to take the boulevard. It's unavoidable. Anyways, I don't know what happened, but one day I suddenly realized there's like 50 or 60 of them out there, all stretched out up and down the block, sitting on the sidewalks, leaning against the walls. So I said to Mike, we've got to do something. And he got on the phone to Sid Wasserman. And I don't know what Wasserman did, but the street corner's deserted now. I mean deserted. I'm not proud of it or anything, and I know how you feel, and I agree that everybody's got a right to work and have a decent standard of living. But there's just so many of them. They've overwhelmed us. The schools, welfare, the prisons, and now the streets. Oh, by the way, did I tell you Cynthia Sinclair got engaged at the office? I don't know what made me think of it. Prisons? Sure, prisons. That was it.
Where are we going? A neighbor's, a friend, someone I've been wanting you to meet. Whose place is this? Dominic Flood's. Don't think I know him. You should. Come on in.
Jack!
Dom! This is Delaney.
The Naturalist. I've heard a lot about you. I follow your column. Terrific stuff. Terrific.
I didn't think people really paid that much attention.
I subscribe to them all. I have a lot of free time on my hands. Drinks, shall we?
Go enlisted. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to raise the issue at the next community meeting, just to warn everybody.
I'm not sure I'm following you, Jim. What do you mean go unlisted? What difference would that make?
I'm talking about the latest rash of burglaries. Those 3 houses that were hit about 2 weeks back? Well, the gates helped, no doubt. But these characters came in an old pickup truck, ratty old clothes, a couple of rakes, and a mower in the back. They told the guard that they were going to clean up the Levine's place, 37 Via Esperanza. But then they had gotten the address out of the phone book. They had called the Levines to make sure that they were out. And when they were there, they hit the place. And while they were at it, they hit the Farrells and the Cochran's places, too. And that's why I say everybody should go enlisted. And I mean the entire development.
I like that advice, Jim, and I think you should bring it up at the next meeting. What we should really be focusing at is how they're getting into our community in the first place, and the fact that the gate is just a stopgap. Heck, anybody can just stop on Canyon Road and come in through the south side, or go on one of those off-the-road tracks and be out of the development in 5 minutes. We're all vulnerable to this, and what Jim hasn't told you, or didn't tell you, is what has happened to Sonny DiMandia.
So what do you mean, Jack? Isn't the gate enough? The next thing is you'll want to wall the whole place in like a medieval place or something.
We're all praying for Sonny, and the latest prognosis is for full and speedy recovery. But the man, or men who got in there last week, the police aren't sure yet, did a lot of damage. And I don't just mean physical damage either, because I'm not sure that a woman ever recovers from something like that. You all know Sonny, right? Fabulous woman, one of the best, 62, and as active in the community as ever. She left the back door open. That was her mistake, thinking it was safe up here. What an irony, huh?
It was our first violent crime, the first, and let's make sure it's our last.
Amen.
Natives are getting restless.
You think they want to come in and join us? They probably get a little tired of raw meat or whatever else they're eating out there. If I was a coyote, I bet a bit of this cheesecake would really hit the spot.
I don't think Delaney would approve, Bill. What do you think, Delaney?
No, I wouldn't.
What about the labor exchange business, Dom?
That little business isn't taken care of. Just the right phone calls to a couple of people. Joe of the Topanga Homeowners Association told me that people down there were good and sick of the whole situation anyway. It was an experiment that didn't work.
Good, I'm as sympathetic as the next guy. I mean, I feel bad about it, And I can see where the Topanga property owners really wanted to do something for these people. The whole thing was wrong-headed in the first place.
I'll say, the more you give them, the more they want, and the more of them there are.
Why should we be providing jobs for these people when we're looking at a 10% employment rate right here in California? And that's for the citizens. Furthermore, I'm willing to bet you'll see a big reduction in the crime rate once this thing is closed down. And I'd say if that isn't enough of a reason, I'm sorry, but quite frankly, I resent having to wade through them every time I go to the post office. No offense, but it's beginning to look like Guadalajara or something down there.
By this time next week, the labor exchange is history.
Hey, you want to see a movie tonight?
Yes, can we?
Paperwork. I couldn't dream of it. Really, I couldn't.
Please? Come on. It's just a movie. 2 hours. You can do it. 2 hours.
You know it's my second busiest time of year. You know it is. And Jordan, honey, you know how busy Mom is right now, don't you? Once the summer's over, I'll take you to any movie you want. And we'll get treats too. Bonbons and Coke and any kind of candy you want. What movie?
It's a little bit further up the road.
Hey, baby.
America, what happened? They hit me. A baseball bat, I think. They got everything. Every penny. Listen to me. I have to get cleaned up and we have to get some food. You hungry?
Yes?
Okay. Keep your voice down and follow me.
What are you doing? What in the name of Jesus do you think you're doing? I'm not touching that shit. Maybe you can live like this, but not me. My family's respectable. Miles above the likes of you and your aunt. My father.
Your father's 1,000 miles away. Eat mi vida. You need your strength.
Oh, blooper roads!
Look like Guadalajara or something down there. Hey, Dom.
That little matter's been taken care of. And it was a big deal. No, crap. A baseball bat, I think. I don't know if that's my one.